Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here again at HNT Helium. This one is a soft spot for me. I used to have a HNT miner, and honestly, even though I haven't used it in a while, it was a lot of fun. So I hope that you're doing well with yours and getting some decent HNT yourself. Hopefully you got a bunch down here and your value is extremely high right now. So that's a good probability at this point. Comment below if that's the case and like the video if you could, help us grow the channel. So what we want to look at here really quick with HNT is a few key factors. I got the fibs drawn up with potential Elliott Wave pullback scenarios here. This is not official because we don't know if this is the top yet. Top keeps running, the price keeps going. We're trying to identify where the top is, but until we do, just know that these pullbacks here are pretty standard. If the price does pull back 0.382, 0.5, 0.618, roughly $7.11, $6.55, or $5.99, basically $6. Those are the three levels we're going to see the price action pull back to as a kind of an average. This would make the most sense here, 0.5, because we saw the most amount of significance there, where the price action kind of had this ascending type of bullish pattern and broke out from there. Okay, so it's common for that to occur. So we just see a lot of resistance there, so that could turn into a new support. My money is on 650 approximately being a good support level for us. So let's talk about the daily and work our way down here. So what we want to do, clarify a couple of things here. I got a line drawn up here. This is from a previous week close. Just so you know, 1126, 1120, let's just say 1125 as a close approximate is going to be a tentative resistance level for the moment, because it was a week. There was basically a 2-week time frame before where the price action could not close above. Okay, so it's right back here, honestly back over a year and a half ago, back in June of 22. Again, you may think, why is that relevant? Well, you'd be surprised. Those levels do have a tendency of, the price tends to gravitate towards those things. Like take a look at ICP, for example, if you've been following me over there. Internet Computer, that one is hitting those levels almost perfectly. All right, so again, just some future reference there. Taking a look at the daily, we can see stochastic swing up here nicely. Stochastic RSI traditional up high, and money flow index is high as well. So even though we don't have a tremendous amount of volume in the last 7 to 10 days, we have so much volume in the last 14 days that the average is moving itself up, okay? At least compared to the previous 14 days. So that said, definitely good shape, all right? Moving averages are all in good shape there too. We're gonna go draw an ascending trend here just to kind of get perspective and kind of pay close attention to that just in case the price were to want to pull back. Again, this is just kind of a future reference situation. It's not a definitive line in the sand like, oh my God, the price broke below there, we're screwed. All right, try not to worry about that. That's more so for me for later and or instructional purposes. We are at a 4 on TD sequential, so we've got 4 days continuation here. Hypothetically, we hit a 9 and turn around. That's the commonplace. You can see that happened before here when the price action came up to a 9. It didn't turn around specifically, but it did dip and retrace, okay? So again, common practice for the price to consolidate at that resistance and break through, but oftentimes it will pull back in a different scenario there where it turns bearish, right? So take a look at the 4-hour time frame. We can see a similar scenario here on the TD sequential. We hit a 9, retested that resistance level, as I mentioned before, and the price broke out. So it's a very common characteristic for that to occur when the specific level, which was roughly 650, had a resistance to it, and the price action could not pass that level, and eventually it did because the bears are like, okay, we can't sell anymore. We don't own anymore. How can we sell it? Price keeps going up. All right. Again, that in conjunction with the volume explains the reason why the price is increasing here. Again, we want to pay attention to the volume. That's the most important factor here, because without this volume, obviously the price wouldn't be this high. But if the price was as high without volume, then it would be a recipe for disaster, because then you have an overinflated price with no backing. Okay. Again, it's kind of like gold, for example. Right? You know what? Let's not talk about that. Conversation for another day. Okay, so the RSI's all good. Stochastic RSI is swinging down for the second time. That's typically when you see the most amount of strength, at least to the downside. So again, it's not swinging with this stochastic swinging down, the price going up. That's a very, very bullish sign. Okay, that really tells us that that was not a divergence at all. It was mainly because this 4-hour candle here, which coincidentally Bitcoin opened poorly this morning. That's likely where we saw that, and that has a lot to do with it. But it's since recovered quite nicely compared to most other coins. So everything's looking pretty solid here. Simple moving averages are looking good. We can draw out ourselves a smaller time frame trend line too, kind of get perspective here on what that looks like, just so we can kind of pay close attention to see. Because if we do end up breaking through that descending trend there, the ascending trend, we can presume that this trend has discontinued and we might be range bound for a little while. Okay, again, there's 3 different phases. You got an ascending trend, range bound, and then descending trends. It's important to trade into each one of them properly. Okay, ascending trends, you typically want to take long positions. range bound activity, you buy low, sell high, buy low. It's kind of, you work within the range. And then of course, once it breaks free from that bearish, you know the gist. We basically just want to consider shorting and or waiting for good long positions. So TD sequential here on the 4 hour, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4-hour candles into this continuation. Keep in mind, this, in my opinion, was enough consolidation to warrant this leg up. So I don't really think we're at a, an overtime scenario. I think we are absolutely where we need to be. We're 6 4-hour candles in this continuation. We're 24 hours into 36-hour push. So we could see another 3, maybe 4 more 4-hour candles before the price pulls back, or just go sideways from here, and that would still give us 3 or 4 more candles. Either way you look at it, we're bullish on this, and there's no reason to want to short into this coin. Furthermore, just to clarify, if you can't see it already, we're establishing higher highs and higher lows quite consistently. Until we change that, there's no reason to presume it's going to discontinue. Take a look at the Ichimoku cloud. All green lights here to leave the position open here. We have a situation where the lagging span's free and clear, so do not short. We have a conversion line above the baseline. Do not short. Price action above the cloud. What do you know? Do not short. Yes, exactly. I went there. And the reason why I like to say that and reiterate that is because some people will hear me say, it's not a good time to take a long position. They instantly open a short. Do not do that, folks. Come on. There's a thing called confirmation. I try to teach that in every video. We have confirmation here. We're pretty much bullish on every single scenario. In fact, we haven't found a single reason why the price action should pull back minus an overextension on the 4 hour. That means nothing right now. Overextensions are pretty much, I wouldn't say garbage, but in a bullish uptrend like now, there's no reason to expect it to discontinue. These coins will seriously surprise you. A lot of the times it's just liquidity levels getting swept, which we didn't check the 4-hour time frame. There's a previous fair value gap down closer to that 0.5 level at 650. We don't need to worry about that for now. We'll talk about that later. But simply put, fair value gaps are commonly filled in time. And right now it's nothing to really concern ourselves with because, again, we still are in this uptrend until the price pulls back and starts breaking or stops establishing higher highs and higher lows. Then we should presume it's going to continue. Okay. So again, am I saying to take a long position? No, I'm just saying don't take a short. Okay. We are overextended. It makes sense for the price to start slowing down here soon. It could continue, but should it? It's hard to say. So I hope that this made sense for you and I described this correctly. Something I also need to cover too that's extremely important as well, because we have a lot of US, Canadian, members effectively and subscribers too. And, most of them are based out of the US and Canada. And, we're having trouble with KYC. It's a rampant issue right now with KYC and VPN requirements. This exchange does not require that. And they give you a healthy bonus if you use my link to register. They're a phenomenal exchange. They have trailing stop losses, multiple profit targets. I do have instructional videos in my Bitunix section on my Discord if you're curious. Obviously, just search for Bitunix on my YouTube as well if you prefer to find it on there. But the bottom line here is that it's extremely good exchange. Everyone in our community is loving it, and I'm super happy that we have the opportunity for our members. So thank you, Bitunix, for an awesome exchange and opportunity. If you do want to become part of our trading academy, community, and signals group, hard to say sometimes, I have phenomenal signals here too. We took OGM profits today, 73% in 17 days, ICP 40% in 20 hours. That was an awesome, awesome trade. Same thing with Avalanche, 25% in 15 hours too. That was just the last 24 hours. We got some ICP, Cardano trades as well, nice little 74% 3 days. The list goes on, Atom, Cartesio, OP. So again, that's just the last 24, 48 hours. I do have my results posted on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. Either way, I look forward to work with you no matter what. We got a free group over on all those channels, so be sure to check them out. Love to have you along. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.